The place where they were fighting was a mess. There was blood everywhere. And people always thought about the fight between Sura and Baya. They then named the place of the fight Surabaya, which is derived from Sura the shark and Baya the crocodile. People then made the place where they were fighting. People also made the fight between Sura and Baya as a symbol of Surabaya. The moral is we need to keep our promise and never ever break it. And also we don't need to be such a greedy person. That's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Ashifa. That was amazing. And the next contestant is Quina Anida. Quina Anida, the stage is yours. Give her another applause. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, good day. My name is Quina Anida, and you can call me Andrew. I came from Rahmaniya Full School Junior High, and today I want to tell you a story about Tangkuyak and the legend of Tangkuban Pelaku Mountain. Long ago, up in heaven, there were a god and a goddess. Both of them make a horrible mistake. And as a punishment, they were both spelled to us and turned into wild animals. The god turned into a dog called Tuma, meanwhile the goddess turned into a wild bull called Chalamayunya. One day, a Sudanese king went to the forest for a hunt, and on the middle of the hunt, he felt the urge to urinate, and immediately the king fulfilled his desires on the shore. And accidentally, the king's urinate was collected in a dried coconut shell. Chalamayunya, who was around it, dragged the king's urinate to quench that thirst. Because Chalamayunya was the incarnation goddess of heaven, she got instantly pregnant and gave birth to a beautiful baby. The king who was still around dragged the king who was still around heard the sound of a baby crying and immediately found it. The king found a beautiful baby girl lying amongst the bushes. Out of the compassion, the king took the baby with him and took him to the palace. The king raised the girl, the baby again, as his biological daughter, but never knowing that it was actually his own. The girl grew up to be a beautiful girl named Dayansumi. Dayasumi's beauty was known throughout the country. Many kings and princes scrambled to marry her, even to the point of wars between kingdoms. Dayasumi was sometimes loved to weaving woven clothes. The daily activities was weaving beautiful woven clothes. One day, one of Dayasumi's woven clothes got out of the palace. Because Dayasumi was a princess, she cannot go out of the palace with bare foot. Desperate to retrieve it, she made a vow. Whoever finds my woven clothes, if she was a woman, I will make her my sister. And if he was a man, I will marry him. Not long after, a dog came back pretending to make one of woven clothes. A dog. Because she had already made a vow, she had no choice but to marry Duman, the dog. Hearing that the princess, his daughter, wants to marry a dog, the king was angry and, well, expelled Dayasumi's out of the palace. After the expelled from the palace, Dayasumi lived with Duman in a simple hut in the forest. They both had a son named Sampuya. Anyway, Duman was not an ordinary dog. Only for a moon, Duman returned into his original form, which is the human form. One day, Sampuya was asked by his mother to go to look for liver steers in the forest, with accompanied by Duman. But fortunately, Sampuya found it difficult to find a thread in the forest. And then Sampuya seized a wild boar and decided to hunt for it. But She was stopped. Back to Mom realized it was actually telling wayanya Sakura's grandmother. Upset with Tumang's behavior, Sakura shocks Tumang to death and cut his heart. Upon arriving home, his mother was happy because she got the liver dish that she craved and she ate. The Sakura's father immediately cooked and ate it with Sakura. After eating with Sakura, Gansumi asked Sakura to go to call Tumang to be fed. Feeling guilty what has happened, well, Sakura admitted everything to his mother. Then Cindy was very, very angry when she knew that Tumang was killed by his own son. Apparently, Gansumi still keeping a secret that Tumang was actually Sakura's father, so that's why that Sakura didn't know and it was killed it. And then Gansumi was very angry and said, "Your child. You know Tumang and took his heart. This is how you pay the kindness Tumang was taking care of his Jewish." Gansumi hit her son with a wooden rice ladle and delivered him. Thinking that his mother had hated him, Sakura fleed went gone into the forest and gone after be swallowed by earth itself. Gansumi also prayed to the gods that one day he'll be united again with her son and make it back again. The vow is she will never meet and answers the gods answers Gansumi prayer with an eternal beauty and immortality. Meanwhile, Sakura experienced lost memory. During this time, he was carried by a white summit with experts on martial arts. Sakura grew up to be a strong, handsome young man. But one day, they were both reunited again. But Natsume and Sakura doesn't recognize each other due to the accident they had. But suddenly, Sakura felt amazed by Gansumi's beauty and fell in love with his own mother, which is he doesn't remember. Sakura intended to marry Gansumi. Hearing that, Gansumi just smiled and walked away. But Sakura gave up. He always tried to approach Gansumi with everything was, And then one day, both of them were resting under a tree, and Sakura untied his headband, and accidentally, Gansumi saw a scar, a wound that she made a few years ago, and she finally realized that actually Sakura was her son that lost a few years ago. And well, Gansumi immediately rejected Sakura's decision to marry while explaining they were actually mother and sons. They were blood and sin. But fortunately, Sakura was still left to care. In the end, Gansumi made a challenge. The challenge is that Sakura has to dam the Sams River on a big boat on one night. Hearing that, Sakura did not hesitate and accepted the challenge. With the creature, tree by tree, branch by branch, until piece by piece was already formed to be a big boat. And the Sams River is ready to be floated in lake. Seeing this, Gansumi was afraid and frightened. Then Gansumi wants to go ahead, and in the end, Gansumi sprayed white cloth and hit out the water so that the rooster would crow. Hearing the rooster crows, the subject spirits how Sakura ran away in fear, thinking that it was already dawn. Seeing at his failure, Sakura was angry. He threw a block at the Sams River, and not just that, he threw his big boat into the flip, and now it became the mountain of Sakura. Suspected that he was being cheated by his mother, Sakura searched for the appearance of Gansumi. But unfortunately, the young god helped Gansumi to turn into a fantastic flower tree in Hollywood, which is now the marriage food. Sakura never found his mother and ran away into the supernatural world and never found again. The moral story is
never fell in love sexually with your mother, never ever marry a dog. No, just kidding. The true love story is think before you act. And because you doesn't know about the future, you can't just vote and you have to think before we act. That's just for me.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Kuna. And our next contestant is Shafia from SFA Nufitication.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Before the next participant, I would like to request the transcript of your storytelling. Please put on the table. Then we have a break first. A few minutes. Just to check that you paid attention to the audience, to the storytellers. I have some questions. I remember the second participant was Fisher, right? And while she was telling her story, she sang a song. And I remember the song might be like this. But I can't help falling in love with you. The question is, if you can answer this correctly, I myself will give you the reward. The question is, but this question is not for Fashion because she sang the song herself. The question is for other than Fashion. Who sings the song?
Frank Sinatra. Oh, I'm wrong.
Okay. Yeah,
Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra. I can't tell, falling in love, which is Frank Sinatra. Okay. You have a different answer.
Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley. What? It was sang by Frank Sinatra and Elvis Presley. But what I know, other than those two singers who have already passed away, am I correct? Elvis has passed away. Frank Sinatra passed away. But this one, who once sang the song in 1980s or 1980s, is still alive. He is from Spain. And he's got a son who also becomes a singer. Does anyone know? Or what's that? You don't? Or maybe you have heard the song before. Have you? Yeah. Does it remind you someone from Spain, a famous one, and his son is also famous? Maybe because of his father. Or should I give you the initial of the singer, a male singer? The initial is J, but because this is Spanish, you don't say J, but does anyone know? What I know, the singer who sang that song was J. J for Julio or Julio, and I for Iglesias. Have you ever heard that name before?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the song. Wait, sorry. But I think I will check again whether these songs have ever been sung by those two singers, Frank Sinatra and Elvis Presley. But if you are correct, I will still give you the reward. I have to check to the. What I know is I heard the song from Julio Iglesias when I was still young, and you will see. After this, I will Google. Thank you. And now I give it again to Vidya, our great MC.
Well, that was unexpected, but he was saying so. And now, as I was saying, we have Shakia from SFA and Nufitication.
Can I have the script, please?
Sorry.
The tale of
I made it myself.
you did. Oh, which? Okay, that's it.
Hello everyone, I forgot to sound. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. As you all know, Kavitya already introduced me. My name is Sophia from SMP Philippines, and I'm going to tell you a story that I made named The Tale of the Revenge Story. So, once upon a time, yeah, the villagers always celebrated the festival. And this festival seemed really special to them. They all ran from there to there to there. And the sight made Emily curious. She then approached her mom. Mom, why are they seem so excited about? Yeah, I forgot. And then mother chuckled softly at her question. Oh, they are just preparing for a festival. What kind of festival, Mom? They seem so excited about this. Mother then chuckled of that question. And then she quit from her cooking activities and approached her. Well, uh, since you are quite old enough, I will tell you a story about it. Legend of this very village. But first, after this, you need to eat your vegetables. Emily then pulled out at the thought of shoving vegetables to her throat. But she knows what will happen if she asks another villagers. Okay, I will eat my vegetables of cheese. So please tell me about it. And then my mother sat down on the board, and Emily also did. Well, okay, I will tell you a story about it. Once upon a time, when at the First World War, and it is called the First Global Conflict, there was Freddy Albert. Freddy Albert was our first leader of the village. Well, he was one of the soldiers of during that war, and he was sent on a mission to steal a document of their enemy's country's unity. He then set it up. When he came, he found out that his allies forgot, and then he was spotted by their enemies. Okay, he then ran to the forest. There was some rifle shots filled the air. He was panicked. Oh my God, no! He ran to the woods and found a bear cave. Oh my God, again! And then he fell into a huge pit. The guard of enemies stopped and seized the huge black pitch pit that he fell into. And they were like hesitant, and they didn't want to risk it, so they slowly retreated to their territory. And then, wow, it was very dark, so he slowly grabbed his torch, and then, just to see, a dragon Well, what is a human like you doing here? I just fell here, Frederick said. The dragon then grunted, letting a huge wind blow him. Well, that is what always a human being will say if they fall down here. They always are free, want to tear me appear to pieces, and they always greedy for the luxuries that I'm here. And then Frederick was confused. But what? The dragon then continued. Well, if any human fell down here by accident or not, they will get a deal from me. And then Frederick said, oh, okay, what's the deal? The dragon then, so here's the deal. Well, you either dead here and become a feast, or you approach and confront those people, bunch of peoples of idiots that is always nosy and noisy up there or near the cave. And then Frederick seemed to understand his second deal. Oh, so you mean become the leader? And then the dragon said, yes, but it seems like you had enough well working for yourself like that. And then Frederick was like, oh, I'll take that as a compliment. Thanks. But a full security cat like me become a leader? Are you sure? The dragon then nodded. Yes, I see a potential in you. You will become the leader. Frederick then, okay, sure. Then the dragon leads out of the way. Sit. Here you go. But if you want to become a feast, come to my stomach sometimes. Okay. Then Frederick goes out and confronts those people. Well, it seems like they didn't have a place to live. Well, Frederick just don't want to have a place to live. He hated the life of being a soldier. He doesn't even see his potential in being a soldier. So he might thought, oh, maybe living my life that I don't really like, it will be good. He then built a place to live with those people, and it slowly becomes a village. Well, that's enough for the story. Now, go eat your vegetables, Ellen. I'm then sighed. Oh my, okay, fine. But I will grab my teddy first because I can't even stay. Because it will be a horrible experience. And then her mother sighed and then nodded. Okay, but be as soon as possible as you can. Okay? She then gets up and to go to the kitchen. And so does Emily. She gets up and goes to her room. She then tries to find her teddy. Hey, where are you? Oh, I'm here. She then tries to find where is it? And then she finds on her desk, her table, her bed, none. There's none of the result. She then goes under her bed and got under there. Where is it? Oh, she hadn't found it. But then she hears the scream. And then she was shocked. She ran to the door and tried to open it. She then hears scream everywhere, and there's a wolf grunt. And then she heard a scream from her mother. She tried to open the door. She then just distressed out of the scream of the people, and she cried. Times passed. She can finally open the door, only to find blood splattering everywhere and the trace of blood that makes it obvious that her mother was drowned. Mom! She then fell to her knees and started crying. She finally gets up and it's the vegetable and the food. Then her mom said, it was always delicious, but it tastes a little salty because of her tears, Charlie. And then she goes outside, scanning and confirming if it's safe or not. She then gets out and seeing if there's any survivors there. Oh, Lulu, you survived! Lulu then approached to Emily by running. What is happening? And then Emily was surprised. What? Lulu is insane? And then Lulu said, what? I'm not insane. What do you mean? Explain yourself. And then Emily said, this is so scary in it. We cannot leave this. The Greeks effort have made this village a village. And then Blue was furious. Oh, so you are using Mr. Frederick as an example. Well, I will teach you another example. He used to be a coward, but then he leaves it because he was running from his zone. And he becomes a leader. He rather be a leader than a feast. So, in this situation, do you want to be a feast or a survivor? And then becomes silent. She was surprised. What? Oh, man.
Can you go to the moral story, please?
So, some people really need to get out of their comfort zone because if they are not sure of their potential, they need to see other potential. Okay, thank you for your attention, and I'm sorry because there are a lot of mistakes. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you all. Oh, yeah, maybe. Thank you, Shafia. That was brilliant. And next, we have Ashila Nana. Brand of everyone. Yeah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, and also to the honorable guests. I'm Ashwini Nidapatia from SMP Umungar. Today, I'm going to tell you about a fantastic story
with the title The Legend of Situ Pagade. Once upon a time, there lived a very wealthy woman in a small village. She lives alone in a very big house. Her wealth was plentiful, but she was very pretty. So people called her Nyai Auntie. The richest woman in this village. Oh, I can match all my wealth. There's no one I love more than my wealth. I'm helping with that. This jewelry is shiny. I don't let anyone take it. The gold, diamond, and all of these there's the only one I need. No one is richer than them. I can take all my wealth for me. I can make a little sand for me. That was what she told me. She didn't care with the people around her. Although they were very poor and were starving. One day, a very old woman came to her house and asked for food. Yeah, I need, please help me. My son has never had any food for a day. We are starving. The poor old woman, you're I'm here with you or your son. Whether you are starving or even dying, it's not fine. But my son is starving. Please help me. Say, go away from me. Now you're gonna get shot. The old woman didn't move from Nyai and inside. So Nyai Buccaneer splashed out the woman with some water. She didn't even have a little bit mercy to the old woman and her baby. She even gets angrier. She forced the old woman to get out of her jar. But the thing is, I know you are too rich for something. This village. It's never. You are grateful to God. So foolish women. She is. So that she comes to me for help. No one can punish me. Not even. Then Nyai Buccaneer and Brody went back to her big house. Not long after that, something was shaking and was ready to fall down. Nyai Buccaneer cried for help. Nobody in the village felt the earthquake. Amazingly, the earthquake only happened in Nyai Buccaneer's house. And suddenly, the water came out First time it's in the air, and she goes, "What? What? The tiger?" She was drowned, and all of her walls were poor her. It was so big that the entire neighborhood in its house and all her wealth were gone. Now, people call the lake as Situ Baini. From this story, we can learn that we should not be greedy. Greed is a curse and will make us do things that we all that think that are the right choices. Greed make us selfish, self-centered, cautious, and also jealous of others. As stated in Surah Ibrahim, verse 7, Allah told us that if you are grateful, I will give you more. If you are ungrateful, surely my punishment is severe. Remember that true happiness is being grateful. Being grateful. Being grateful to the things we already have. And thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, so we'll move on while we wait. And the next contestant that we have is Maria Ashika. The stage is yours. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Malia Ashika, and I am currently in SFA. So, I am one of the contestants for today's storytelling, which is themed Cerita Rakyat. So, do any of you know what which Cerita Rakyat originated from North Sumatra? You, what is it? Correct. So, I will be telling a story about Danau. Once upon a time, there lived 4 fishermen who lived near a river in North Sumatra. One morning, his name was Lomba. One morning, he did not have any luck when he was fishing. After he stood for a long time, he prayed, "God, please give me a fish. I have stood here for such a long time." Before he was about to give up, suddenly, he caught a big fish. Wow, what a big fish! And such beautiful golden shape it has. Since he was enamored by the beauty of the fish, he decided to take it, to not kill it, and take it home as a pet instead. So he prepared a bucket and put it in his humble abode. Ever since that moment, things slowly changed. Whenever he left his house in a mess, whenever he got back, the house was suddenly tiny again. How did this be? He didn't know who did this. He didn't know how it could have happened or who did this. This brought enormous curiosity to him. So he decided to take matters into his own hands. One morning, he decided to go to work. "I'm going to go fishing." As soon as he stepped outside, he turned around and peeked to his own house. Inside his house, there was a bright, glowing light. And soon, the bucket where the golden fish was empty. How could this be? Suddenly, there stood a beautiful woman inside his kitchen. She grabbed some vegetables and did some cooking. She even cleaned the whole house for him, sweeping his floors and cleaning his clothes. Enamored by this, he immediately ran up to her, and before she could run away, he grabbed her hand and proposed to marry her. But I can't marry you. I'm just a fish. In your mercy, my deed was a grateful act to repay your kindness for not killing me. Please, please just marry me. I'll do anything. So she agreed but she had just one condition for him, that she would never, ever tell a single soul, not even the closest of his families, that she was just a fish. He obliged. Soon, the lady was pregnant and gave birth to a beautiful boy named Samoset. Samoset grew up to be a kind and obedient boy. One day, his mother told him to send some lunch to his father, who was working in the farm. Samoset, could you please take this to your father? Oh, yes, mother, I will. He quickly grabbed the lunch from her mother's hand and stormed away to his father. La 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 la. Oh, I haven't had any breakfast yet. I'm so hungry. I guess if I eat just a little bit of food, I should be fine. So he decided to eat just a bit of food. And off he went again to his father's farm. But again and again and again, he grew hungry. And suddenly, all of his father's lunch was finished. Oh, when he gave the empty lunch to his father, how angry his father was to find out that there was nothing left for him. How could you do this? I have worked the whole day for you, and you finished my entire lunch without even thinking of me. Oh, you're just the son of a fish. Samoset was shocked and terrified. In tears, he ran back to his mother. Mother, why did father say that I was just the son of a fish? Is this true? The mother felt betrayed. She was in tears, for she knew that Toba had broken her promise. She soon packed all his clothes. Samoset, I need you to run away to that mountain as fast as you can, and don't look back. Samoset was confused, but he obliged. He ran as fast as he could, and from his hiding spot, he could see that rain was pouring down. When his mother knew that he was safe, she whispered something and slowly turned back into a fish. Rain kept pouring down until finally the whole village was flooded, drowned, till eventually it was gone from the surface of the earth forever. Samoset could only cry to see the sight of his village. And now that location has turned into a lake. The lake is called Danau Toba, and the mountain that Samosir ran to was now called Samosir Island. You can still visit this location today in North Sumatra, and it is still one of the most beautiful locations in Indonesia. The moral of this story is you, as a child, must you must keep the trust that your parents have entrusted you with. And two, as a parent, you must be careful with your words towards your children. So that is all from me. I'm sorry for any inconveniences and mistakes. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Have you ever been to Lomba yourself? Why do you recommend there? I've not been there.
Well, thank you for Maria, but because Maria had mentioned that Angola is still there, then you guys could visit sometimes, even with Miss Hazel. All right.
Buy me the ticket, I'll go there. Can I have a microphone, please? Yeah, yes, to lower down the tension. I see some nervous faces. I have one more question. I heard the story from Arshila. She mentioned Surah. Which I remember it was Surah Ibrahim. And she said it was verse 7. And she mentioned it in English. If you are grateful, Allah will give you more, right? If you are ungrateful, then Allah said, my chastisement is severe. That is in English transliteration. So the question is, do you know the verse in Arabic? Anyone? If you don't, I'll give you the clue. I'll start reciting the first part of this ayah. Okay? Lakin syakartum. Continue, please. I've got a gift for you if you know it. Don't Google, please. Just use your knowledge. لئن شكرتم لأزيدنكم. No Googling. Just a few more words. One verse. Does anyone know? It is from Ibrahim, verse 7. Well then, I'll give the gift for myself. لئن شكرتم لأزيدنكم ولئن كفرتم إن عذابي لشديد. Right. Okay, thank you. Now, MC, you may call the next participant.
So let's move on with the next contestant. That is Humayra from SMU Music.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Hi everyone, my name is Nufitication from school SMP Today I'm going to tell you a story of one came down from the west. Let's begin. In a small village, there lived a mother named Wanda Baya and a son, Malimikunda. They were so close and cared for each other. Life was not easy because they are poor, but they worked hard and supported one another. Malim dreamed of going to a bigger place to find a better life. One day, a big ship arrived at the beach. Malim was so excited to see what was the people in the ship were doing. Then he met someone who was waiting the people The people near the street. He asked if he could go to sale. After discussing with his mother, he was allowed to go abroad. Monday Rubaya gave him food supplies for his journey. Malin promised to come back as soon as possible. After years of waiting for Malin without receiving any news, Monday Rubaya heard that Malin had become rich and married the daughter of another. She was so proud and hoped that he would come back to visit the village. One day, a big ship arrived at the beach. Everyone gathered to see who was the owner of the big ship. Mother Rabaya's heart filled with excitement as she ran to the ship, and when she saw Malin, she was so happy and immediately hugged him. However, Malin felt awkward and surprised because he lied to his wife that his parents were successful people and had died. Uh, Malin pushed her away because he didn't want to admit that she was his mother. Mother Rabaya was hurt, and even the villagers were mad at Malin's behavior. Malin left the village with his wife. Mother Rabaya carefully watched from the distance and prayed to God for punishment for what Malin had done to her. Suddenly, the sky turned dark, and a strong storm hit Malin's ship that a big wave swallowed his ship. Malin tried to save himself by using a small boat to go to the nearest village. He tried to get out because he woke up on the beach. He knew this was the fate he got after he disobeyed his mother. But when he tried to call his mother to apologize, it was too late. He turned into stone. After the storm ended, the builders found a stone that looked just like money. And the moral of the story is we should never forget our parents and appreciate those who care for us. And that's all for me. Thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Ariana. Next, we have Raihan. Yes, we have Raihan. Hello, good morning, everyone, and the honorable judges. I am Raihan Hafiz from SMPIP Wulpura Depok. And today I'm going to tell you a famous story that is titled The Legend of Malin. I'm sure most of you know about the story, but I'll make the story more interesting for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, listen to my story. A long time ago, in a small village near the beach in West Sumatra, lived a woman and her son. They were Malin Kundang and his mother. His mother was a single parent due to Malin's father had passed away as Malin was a child. Malin Kundang was a handsome, diligent, and strong boy. Every day, he always helped his mother to earn money by fishing. Audience, although they worked hard, but they were still poor. One day, Molly met his mother and asked her to allow him to find a job in a big city. Molly said, Mom, I want to find a job in a big city to have a better life. Please allow me, Mom. Molly's mother answered sadly. But Molly, don't make me alone. You're my only son, and I love you so much. And Molly answered, but I have to go now, Mom. I promise I'll come back for you. Molly was eager to choose their life. And finally, with the hard feeling, Molly's mother answered, all right, son. I allow you to go, but you must pay your promise. Molly answered happily, yay, all right, Mom. I'll be back for you and make you happy someday. In the early morning, Molly went to a big city by a ship. Well, happy audience. Do you know what happened next?
Yes.
I'll continue my story. In a big city, Molly worked in a big ship. He was a good-looking and a diligent boy. So many women fell in love with him, including the daughter of the richest merchant. Fortunately, Molly also fell in love with the girl. In order to marry the girl, Molly worked harder and harder until he got success and married the girl. Well, happy audience. Well, happy audience. Well, happy audience don't always have negative thinking about money. Molly, actually, as a human being, Molly also has a positive thing, that he is diligent and never give up to get success. It was proved, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Years have passed. Molly became a rich merchant and had a beautiful looking wife. But he forgot his promise to his mother. One day, Molly's wife asked him to go to a vacation. So, Molly prepared his big luxurious ship and everything to sail. However, in the middle of his voyage, a big storm blockaded their ship. Therefore, they had to board in the closest island. You know what it is. It was the island where Molly was born. Many people came to see the big luxurious ship, including Molly's mother. They saw Molly in the ship. They cried, Molly comes! Molly comes! Mother, Molly comes! Molly's mother heard that. She was shocked and ran happily. She immediately ran to meet Molly, and she cried, Molly, is that you? Molly, my beloved son, you finally come. I miss you so much. I'm your mother, Molly. Do you remember me? Molly's wife was shocked and said, Mother? She said that she's your mother? Is that true, Molly? Molly was ashamed to admit that this is Molly answered arrogantly. Mother? Oh, dear, I don't know this poor woman. And Malin told his mother, "Have you poor woman again? Said, I don't know who you are." Malin's audience, Malin's mother begged stoutly, "But Malin, I'm your mother. Don't you remember me? How will you promise? Oh, why are you so cruel? I'm your mother, Malin." Then Malin answered loudly, "No, you forget my mother. My mother was dead." The poor old woman was really hurt. He went out of the ship and, while crying, and kneeled on the ground. And she prayed, "Oh God, you know what happened to me. Mine, you were so cruel. I forgot his promise. I'm sorry. Please, oh God, do what you want to do. Please, God, I'm so hurt." Do you know what happened next? Yeah. Well, suddenly, the wind blew hard, and the sky became dark, and the storm came back and destroyed Malin's big ship. Malin shouted loudly, but when he looked down, his feet turned to stone. But he can still move. He was afraid. He then went chasing Mother and bowed in front of her. "Mother, I'm so sorry, Mother. I'm so sorry. Mother, help me, please." But the stone goes up to his upper body. He still cried for help in front of his mother. "Mother, please forgive me, Mother. Mother." But it was too late. Malin burst to the stone. Now you can see the stone in West Sumatra, and people now call it Malin. Well, everyone, what can we learn from the story? Well, first, keep your spirit up, and never give up. Second, pay your promise if you have promised to someone. And lastly, love and respect your parents, especially your mother. Make her happy and never hurt her. Well, everyone, before I close my story, I have a little something. Don't forget to answer me. Everything has a solution. You have to do what it takes. Thank you for your attention. Forgive me for all my mistakes. Thank you, Ayhan Baksanan. The next contestant that we have is Zalika from Sapated Italy. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Zalika Hariki Ramadhani, but you may call me Zia. Hi everyone, hi Mr. Yusuf.
So today I will be presenting you the legend of Mount Tangkuban Perahu, or you may know as Story of Sangkuriang. So, in ancient times, there were two deities who were banished from heaven to earth because they have made a real big mistake. The male deity was then turned into a dog named Tumang, and the female deity turned into a wild boar named Jalangwayan. One day, a king, a Sudanese king, got lost in the woods and urinated into a coconut shell. Yes, he did pee into a coconut shell. Jalangwayan, being a wild boar, drank the king's urine, and before she was a goddess, so she miraculously gave birth to a human, a beautiful baby girl. The king, unaware that she was her daughter, so he adopted him. He adopted her. She was later named Dayang Sumbi. As she grew older, Dayang Sumbi was later known by her beauty. Everybody wanted to marry her. She was very kind, loving, and also really smart. One day, while weaving, she lost her spool of thread and vowed, "Whoever found my spool of thread, if it was a man, I would marry him. If it was a woman, I would treat her as a sister." Unexpectedly, the one who found her spool of thread was Tumang. Yes, Tumang, the dog. When bound by her promise, Dayang Sumbi decided to marry him. The king was so mad. "No, Dayang Sumbi, you're a princess. You cannot marry him." "But father, I am bound to my promise. I have to marry this dog." So Dayang Sumbi was later banished from her palace. She may never return. Dayang Sumbi and Tumang lived in a small forest hut. Every full moon, Tumang would turn into this handsome man, and by their union, Sangkuriang was born. One time, while hunting, Sangkuriang unknowingly killed Jalangwayan, the wild boar, who turned out to be his biological grandmother. Oh no, seeing this, Tumang tried to stop him. But Tumang was just a dog. He couldn't stop Sangkuriang's action. Sangkuriang got so mad and stabbed Tumang, took his heart, and represented it to her mother. His mother was so hungry, she immediately cooked Tumang's heart, unaware that it was Tumang's heart, of course. But when she found out, she got so mad, she got so angry, she struck Sangkuriang with her rice ladle. Sangkuriang fled by shame and never returned home. Dayang Sumbi felt very sorry. She regretted her actions and prayed to God. The God liked her prayers, so she gave her eternal beauty. Years later, Sangkuriang is now a strong man, a handsome man, with supernatural being. One day she met Dayang Sumbi. She fell in love with her beauty and decided to marry her. Dayang Sumbi didn't know that Sangkuriang was his son. So yes, she agreed. Until she saw the scar on Sangkuriang's head. She recognized it. "Wait, that's Sangkuriang. That's my son. I'm the one who gave that scar."
He didn't want to tell Sangkuriang, so to prevent the marriage, she set an impossible task. Sangkuriang has to build a lake and a boat in one night. A lake and a boat in one single night? Is she crazy? No. But Sangkuriang was very wise and is very strong. So with supernatural help, he easily does his task, almost completing it, but not yet. Then Sumbi seemed panicked. So she tricked him by creating a false dawn using red cloth all over. The rooster crowed, "Cuckoo, cuckoo!" Sangkuriang thought that it was dawn. He thought he had failed. He got so mad and enraged by his accurate failure. He kicked the boat, flipping it over, and it became Mount Tacloban Parapong we all know now. But the story doesn't end there. Sangkuriang begged Dayang Sumbi, "Please, Dayang Sumbi, marry me. You're a beautiful flower. You're the most beautiful girl I know. Please." Dayang Sumbi got so scared, she ran away, ran for help, and was later turned into a beautiful flower. So he may never be found by Sangkuriang. You may ask, what's the moral of the story? Then actually, the story highlights the importance of honesty and open communication. Those are the two things we lack even nowadays. Also, you can find Mount Tacloban Parahu in Subang in village TLM if you're interested. So everyone, legend of Mount Tacloban Parahu, story of Sangkuriang ends here. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much for there's any mistakes. Thank you, Zalika, or should I go here? And the last contestant that we are all waiting for is Naila Andina from SMP Technology. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Naira Adina Karikatramana. Today, I will tell you a story from West Java that is called The Legend of Situ Bagaimana. Have you heard about it? Yeah, I'm sure you haven't heard about the story. So, don't go anywhere to listen to this story. Once upon a time, there was a rich woman living in an island was very big and full with lots of toys. Her wealth was life, killing by herself. Her name is Nag Bagindit. The richest person in his village. And Nag Bagindit, while she was looking at her gold and jewelries, it was so beautiful that Nag Bagindit was very miserly. Her plentiful wealth never been used to help others. Naiba was also known for her bad attitude. She didn't like to help other people.
But in less conditions. Sometimes some villagers were hungry and didn't get any food for days. Nine Benedict said, whenever someone wants to borrow her money, she will say, she will give it. But to return it, you have to double it. If you're not able to return it, well, I'm gonna ask my servant to take it. Nine Benedict was very bad. Sorry. Sorry for that lines. Magdalene also hated beggars. She thought that beggars were lazy people. Magdalene never felt sorry to any beggars coming to her house. So when an old lady came to her house, Magdalene immediately asked her to go. Magdalene said, "Baby old woman, you don't think it's me, Sherry, and half of fun to it. Because of you, the floor is not Sherry more. Go to my house." The old woman said, "Yeah, it's so many. I just give me some food. I'm so hungry." And Bethany said, "Food? For food? This is my house, not a restaurant, don't you see? Go now. I don't want to see here." And Bethany responded to the old beggar. The old woman was very sad. She then said, "Yeah, but no, you are the richest person in this village. You should never help other people. You are not grateful to God. Wait for the punishment from God. You'll be punished." The old woman then left Naibagadin's house. Naibagadin said, "You are right. I'm the richest person in this village, so no one can punish me. Not even God can punish me." Naibagadin was very arrogant. She then went back to her big house. Not long after that, what happened? Her house fell down. Naibagadin cried for help. Nobody listened to her crying for help. Many in the village felt the earthquake. Amazingly, the earthquake only happens in Naibagadin's house. Land was open. It was so big that the entire Naibagadin's house and all of their wealth were gone. Villagers watched what happened to Naibagadin's ancient house. They were amazed. They knew that God punished Naibagadin for behaving badly and never help other people. Slowly, the place where Naibagadin's house stood became a lake. Since then, people named the lake as Situ Bagadin. It means Lake of Bagadin. The end. So the moral value of this story is rich people who didn't respect to other people, didn't have mercy on, arrogance, very mindfully is not good. They will get any punishment from God, and people didn't want to have a relationship with them. And a part of our world, they are the right for each other. That's all from me. Thank you for listening to my story. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you next week.
So, the storytelling competition is over. And thank you for all the amazing performances. Remember, it's not important if you win or lose, because you all are champions. To me, to Miss Beatrix, and to Mr. Yusuf. And I'm also going to thank you for your enthusiasm. And we really hope to see you on our next storytelling Nufitication contest. Thank you, Shakira Astarita. Thank you for having me as your MC. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Lydia, for becoming MC. She has been preparing this for a very long time. So my great appreciation for her. Last year she used to join this competition too, but because this year she had to meet the competition, she cannot join. For the announcement of the winners, it will be after the around 1 p.m. along with the other winners of yes. Oh, oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, so um, because I think some of you from Chibino, Chelsea, uh, it's quite far if we have to return to your school, and it takes time to come back here. So we recommend you to stay until the Lord, until we announce the winners. Meanwhile, if you feel that what we call gabut, I mean, you feel bored being here, may go to bazaar. There are some foods and drinks which you can shop, which you can buy. For now, with your own money. Someday, I mean, after the winners are announced, you get the prize money, you get your money back. Um, it's actually hard for us as the judges to decide who will be the first winner, second, or third. Um, that's why it will take much time for us to discuss who will be the first, second, or third. And I've got my scoring sheet there. It will be very, very hard for me to finally decide because all of you did your best, just like I did in the beginning. I said, do your best, and you have done your best. And it makes us difficult to decide. So whoever wins, or whoever the winner is, don't be discouraged. Keep being motivated. Hopefully, if you don't win, it doesn't mean that you did not perform well. It's just because some of the performers did better, a bit better than you. Okay? What else? I think that's all for now. For now, you can travel around this international quickly. And if, let's say, your house is near, that's okay for you to go back home. But don't forget to return here again around 1 p.m. Yeah, okay. That's it. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, kurang. Oh, yeah, ada.
Oke, sebelum kalian bisa travel kemana-mana, ini kalau yang agak lumayan besar ini dan bisa jalan-jalan kemana aja. Sebelum itu kita ada foto bareng ya guys. Jadi boleh tolong di sini, nanti kalian foto di sini, tolong berbaris, ada yang berdiri, ada yang duduk kayak gini ya. Oke, yuk, kasih foto, foto, yuk.
Ada kamera. Foto Indonesia. Gunanya nggak ada ya?
Nggak ada nih, iya gunanya. Gunanya ada.
Itu dari hari itu jadi agak gelap.
My camera now. Be careful.
Guys, just go near the backdrops. Go near the backdrops. Apa-apa. Yeah, just close it.
Kalau punya aksesoris pakai aja ya.
Yeah. You did my camera. You use yours.
Boleh tolong di sini. Ini ada yang biar kelihatan kebenarannya, jadi ada yang biasa dikit biasa.
Kurang ke sini nih, kurang ke sini.
Ini di bawah gitu. Oke. You want to take a cheese? Give me your best host.
Ya, bebas.
Thank you. Thank you for all. I'm really happy. Makasih banget. And now we can all go kemana?
Ya. Round of applause. Silakan tepuk tangan untuk kalian semua. Very good.
Yeah, sure. So I can just put the I can just input the thing in my room. I don't have to stay here.
Yes.
Sorry? Barangnya di sini kayaknya aman deh. Aman kok. Insya Allah. Nggak apa-apa, ditinggal aja barangnya. Pengumumannya di mana?
Pengumuman di area hall itu. Tapi
Oh, di hall.
indoor masih dipakai.
Oh iya. Berarti nggak apa-apa kan?
Iya,
Gitu.
nggak
Thank you.
Makanya aku mau ke mall dulu ya. Mana ya? Mau aku di sini. Untuk sama itu juga.
Boleh ya? Boleh ya. Gue mau lihat foto di sini, Pak. Boleh nggak, Pak?
Boleh.
Boleh, silakan. Di sini. Iya.
Satu foto 5 ribuan ya?
Oke. So I'm gonna continue in my room. Is that all right? So I'll just input this first.
Yeah.
Later.
And then we can compare
Yeah.
and decide.
Yeah,
this
I
stuff.
just like based on this course aja kayaknya
Yeah.
kalau ini it's quite clear. It's not as cut off-nya nggak seketat yang kemarin kayaknya.
Yeah.
Insya Allah. But if we do find people with similar scores, then I can come discuss with you. I think I'm gonna go back and
Yes.
do it there. My
Thank you
don't mind.
for
Thank you so much.
accompanying me.
No problem.
What time will we discuss our scoring?
I'm just gonna do it. Well, let's just do it sekarang nih berarti. Is there anyone here?
Boleh. Atau you wanna?
Yeah, well,
Atau
like
you wanna return to your escape, no?
no, yeah, I was about to tapi ya udah deh nggak apa-apa sekarang aja.
Jadi kalau scoringnya tuh terlalu umum, jadi ada.
Yeah, I mean
Kalau
it's not.
If the participants did quite well,
It's
yeah.
kolomnya it's not terlalu umum, but the range is too big.
Yeah, 30, 40.
Jadi iya, jadi kayak 40-nya itu like I need some breakdowns. Tapi kemarin si
Yeah,
Awal
itu
udah ngasih ini kan.
Yeah.
Method itu ada 4. Starting time, ada organizing the content, ada using the accurate grammar and pronunciation, illustrating the value of the story. Ini masih oke, masih bisa 10 misalnya gitu. Tapi ini yang manner kan 40 tapi only 3 criteria juga.
Iya,
Jadi ini
artinya kalau 10 bagi
13, right? Terus time-nya kan berarti yang less than 5 itu
dari yang itu jadi 9, nggak 10. Kalau mereka antara between 5 and 10.
itu masih boleh 10.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was just gitu.
Tadi yang malah yang bikin kita, Jo, yang 12 menit itu.
Iya, itu berarti jadinya dihitungnya berapa?
Itu,
Itu over kan?
ya 9 nggak 10. Ya, but it's up to you. I mean,
Iya.
for me, I gave her 9.
No, it's quite unclear for me.
Yeah.
Ya, ceritanya for me it's quite unclear.
Nah,
Iya,
Jadi
itu tapi kan di sini itu masuknya di sini, right?
The time was too
The time
much.
is okay. Time is too much.
yeah, misalnya for the timing, I gave her a 9 because she passed the limited time.
The minimum time-nya, ya, minimum time-nya udah achieve, cuma dia
Maximum.
over.
Yeah.
Dia malah over. Ini ada yang cuma 3 menit 30. Naira. Si Naira juga kenapa tuh dia cepet banget hari tahun ini.
Barusan si Naila yang
And the last one, the winner, last year's
dia.
winner.
she got distracted because we became the last participant.
Oh, I see. Padahal propsnya bagus
Iya.
banget, like she has the most complete. Kan jadi ada 3 story, right? Yang sama tuh 3 people. Cuman yang paling bagus itu tadi satu lagi kan yang dari NFBS yang winners juga ya tahun lalu ya.
Iya.
Tapi emang even before itu yang paling bagus tadi itu si yang propsnya yang bawa bayi. I think that ini Arshila Nana ya, Arshila something ya.
Yang baik. Terus satu lagi yang
She's
bawa
really great.
popnya berupa
Kotak.
heart. Tadi yang
Iya. Iya, heart itu juga banyak. Itu juga propsnya banyak. Ada satu yang bagus, yang Rahmania tadi itu bagus.
Iya.
Cuma ngomong terlalu cepat. So I mean when you're telling a story, when we are telling a story, kan it shouldn't matter kan, your fluency doesn't matter. Maksudnya your fluency yang super fast itu kan, it's not that great juga jatuhnya kan, because you're not telling the story.
clarity.
Yeah, clarity. Maksudnya jadi pronunciation-nya juga gimana ya? Maksudnya speed-nya sangat baik, tapi it's bukan itu penting poinnya kalau di storytelling gitu.
The point is when you tell the story, the audience,
The message-nya, you have to deliver the message-nya gitu.
the audience feel interested and get the story, especially the moral lesson.
Aku baru ngerti ceritanya dia itu di orang yang hampir terakhir tadi yang kayak oh maksudnya dia well introduced the charactersnya lebih jelas dia introduce-nya apa karena ya pronunciation-nya dia lebih tenang jadi lebih didengerin juga lebih jelas so that's nanti tinggal di breakdown aja kan.
Betul.
Properti juga between 1 until 10 yang 10 adalah 3 orang kali yang propertinya kan tadi yang hak yang baik.
Ada termasuk
Naira,
kalau dia
termasuk
sudah,
Naira.
artinya itu udah bagian dari usaha.
Yes, banget. Unfortunately itu cuma sampai 10 kan. Ini properti itu yes, finish.
Jadi boleh di stop ya?
Yes.
Iya.
Pak,
Paten nih.
berarti nge-zoom ceritanya. Loh, berarti
Dan
ini
tadi-
ada hasil rekamannya dong.
No, it was not recorded. Was it recorded?
Yes, yes.
Ini sampai sekarang. Pak, berarti my voice masuk dong.
Oh, iya.
Masuk.
Iya, gimana? Kan tadi kita
merekam.
discussion-nya.
Merekam.
Tapi kan ini internal, right?
Internal.
Anyways.
Kalau di broadcast
Iya, iya.
Kalau mau di broadcast berarti jangan di